We just got a package in from Scentual Obsessions. Bro, let's get into it. Listen to me, this bad boy is heavy as well. First and foremost, safety is important. Make sure you're careful when you're opening your packages. Oh man, this bad boy is heavy, yo. Oh, and we actually got a little sampler pack. I haven't seen one of these in a minute, so I must be pretty special today. Open up the box, see what we got. Got a little velvet bag and this brick right here. Thank you for supporting my small business. All right, so a couple things about that. Scentual Obsessions is not a small business by any stretch. That boy be booking it. Shout out to Kevin Hope, man, for getting it done over there. One man army. Also, if you are in the Florida area, hit him up and see if you guys are close by. He be looking for help. He needs some legit people that can help him run the business, help him process orders, fill orders and things like that. Hit him up, man. He's a good dude. He's a fair guy, so I know he'll take care of you. All right, so we got this thing open and we got 4 fragrances in here. Let's check and see what we got inside of this little velvet bag first. Got ourselves a car oil diffuser, and this one is King of Kings. When I tell you I can't wait to try this out. Love the presentation on the box. Scentual Obsessions Parfum Extrait, 1 ounce, 30 ml, nice bright metallic gold on there with that matte black. This one's a little beat up, but you know, that's fine. It happens in transit sometimes. Handcrafted in Florida, USA. And you also have Scentual Obsessions right up top. We'll unbox this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit. These particular fragrances, these were going to be a part of a series. The name of this series is called Angelic Homme. Angelic Homme is going to be pretty much a base fragrance or a base hybrid. The base for that hybrid is going to be Parfum de Marly Layton, as well as Rose Dove Elysium. That's going to make up the base hybrid for this particular set of fragrances that are going to be released. These 4 fragrances that I have here are somewhat flankers for that base hybrid. You got 4 fragrances all together. Angelic Homme NATARE, Angelic Homme PERSICI, Angelic Homme AMARE, and Angelic Homme Nox. You can see a slight difference, not too much, but just a little bit. This one kind of goes a little lighter right at the bottom as it comes right from that gradient. This one goes a little black and has like the gold Parfum Extrait gold line sign right here. So it's just a slight difference in it. Went smaller with the logo design. With this one here was a lot bigger. And this logo or this label just looks a tad bit smaller, but yeah, just a slight difference. The first one, Angelic Homme NATARE. This one features Layton, Elysium, as well as Louis Vuitton Swim. Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim. We'll spray it here on the hand. Good atomizer. Shoots far, wide, very fine mist. What I love about this is that counteract kind of a thing that's going on, with Layton having more of that gourmand, almost sort of spice, that gourmand, almost menthol spice going on. And then you get that hyper fresh, woody, musky, full, opulent Elysium. Those two are going to sort of counteract each other, and you're going to get this constant dance between those two. To be perfectly honest, it seemed like it makes that apple that's in Layton stand out a lot more. You're going to get a bright cut and a refreshing sweet cut from that Afternoon Swim that's going to come through and just blade through both of those depictions. Some of those citruses mix in pretty well and meshes extremely well with the Elysium. You're going to get a musky, fresh, citrusy, white aquatic. You're going to get some spice, a little bit of a menthol vibe, some green apple in there, and it's just going to create this musky, moving, slightly murky citrus with a slight spice. Is beautiful the way that this is going to come together. The spice in here from that Layton just pairs beautifully with that Elysium and that afternoon swim. It pairs in there wonderfully. Like I said, it's a good counteraction that's going on, but it doesn't clash. It comes together, meshes together beautifully. Angelic Homme, PERSICI. PERSICI is Latin for peach. So this one's going to be Layton, Elysium, Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. Let's get into it. Atomizer. Excellent atomizer. Oh, man. Oh, my God. So, with Layton kind of having this sexy, spiced apple pie vibe, the Layton and these are going to play a huge role because it's going to add this beautiful movement to each fragrance. With this one, that spiced sort of apple pie vibe you're getting from Layton, take that dusty, muted, sweet peach from Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, that sort of musky, woody peach vibe, and then place it in that. Yeah. You're going to have Elysium that's going to provide a little bit of a freshness, a little bit of movement as well, but it's going to be a lot of that musk, woodiness, the woody and muskness coming from that that musky resinous vibe coming from that bitter peach, that spiced and that woodiness coming from Layton, as well as that sort of apple pie kind of vibe mixing in with that peach. It's just, you are going to want this. No questions asked. That is absolutely beautiful. Picture, just like I said, an apple pie, a warm spiced apple pie, and then picture like a peach cobbler, and then add like a spiced aspect to that. Add like a woody, musky aspect to that as well, and you're going to get something that is truly unique. This smells incredible. No questions asked. Next up, Angelic Homme, AMARE. Spray it right here. Atomizer is wonderful. To be honest, the Layton on this one takes a little bit of a backseat. What's going to stand out the most in this one will be that Elysium and the Baccarat Rouge 540. What you're going to get the most from this one, the Layton in this one is going to take a little bit of a backseat. Still going to be there, still going to be present. But that spiced aspect that it has gets a little lost in that vibe that Baccarat Rouge brings. The Elysium in this one is going to stand out a lot more to you. It's going to remind you a little bit of, you're going to get that Baccarat Rouge 540 vibe. It's going to have like that mysterious rolling, mysterious sort of vibe to it. It's going to have that mysterious rolling vibe to it that it normally has. But that's going to be like this bright but sort of murky opening sort of. The Elysium in this is going to provide like a bright sort of murky opening for this. It's going to create this sweet and almost savory sort of aspect to this. The woodiness and some of the spices and things like that, that saffron, all those components coming together keeps this from becoming like say savory and a gourmand sort of aspect. But there is something that is a little mouth-watering, a little bit more nearly savory in this. As this begins to sit, the apple pie vibe from Layton comes up a little bit more. So Layton takes somewhat of a backseat in the opening, and then it makes its presence known a little more in the dry down. I love the way that this comes together. Last but not least, Angelic Homme Nox. Spray right here. This one will be a combination of Layton, Elysium, and AVENTUS. You're going to get woodiness, tangy. There's a lot of woods happening in Elysium. There's some woods happening in Layton. You're going to have some woods happening in AVENTUS. All those coming together and creating like this really dense and powerful, tangy, sweet. There's almost like a syrupiness to it, but not overly so. Has a creamy aspect to it. It has some zestiness to it as well that keeps it from being too dark and keeps it a little brighter. That's going to come from that Elysium. I think this combination for this particular series is just perfect for all of these, because there's so many components that complement each other, that sort of counters each other, pulls something that the other one may not have into the forefront, something that may be too loud on one end. Something from this fragrance can kind of quiet it down a little bit. That one has a really deep date night sort of a vibe. This smells like just sexy in a bottle. This one is really good. And there you have it, guys. The Angelic Homme collection here. It's a series that he's working on, and I believe that this series is going to do very well. As I said, I love the presentation on these, but very clear, concise labeling. And then he has the name of the title on the side here. Got the gold atomizer. Got the gold collar here on the cap. Cap actually holds pretty well. Excellent presentation on these. I definitely like these in comparison to the old bottles, because these kick out a nice amount of juice, but it's a really nice fine mist. These kicked out so much juice, almost too much. 1 or 2, 3 sprays, and you can like immediately notice the difference in your level. I would fly through these because just how much juice it put out. It put out a lot, and I appreciated it, but you know, you kind of went through it pretty quickly. And so with these, I believe these will last just a little bit longer, or at least for me. The auto diffuser here. So basically what you would do, you would unscrew the cap here. There's going to be a plastic part, should be right at the top. You're going to take this and carefully, I don't have any fingernails, so you would take that off. Yeah, that smells good. And then you're going to replace your cap. And as you can see, that is dry right there. But you'll hold that upside down, and you can see that it's already saturating the top of that cap. And now you have your fragrance in your diffuser, and whatever room you're in, it'll light up that room. Or if you want to put this into your car, you know, I think this will work better in the car, and it'll be a great scent. And if you want to put this in your car, this will be great for the car. If you want to place this in a certain room in your home, a smaller room, this will probably work great for it. Really nice smell for that. And that is the car diffuser. We also got some samples. We'll get into these at a different date. I don't want this video to carry on too long, and then so we'll check these out on a different unboxing video. I will drop the link in the description where you guys can check out his fragrances for yourself. I believe this line should be available. If it's not available, I'll go ahead and post it whenever it is, and I'll drop the link in the description for that. In the meantime, check out his website. Extremely large selection of fragrances are available for purchase. Extremely wide selection of fragrances for you guys to check out. And that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.